Hey guys, so I'd been planning on doing individual reviews for all the books I've read this year, but after not one, but 4 books almost consecutively destroyed by brain cells, I decided it'd be better to just turn it into one massive book shaming video. I'm not rating them in terms of least traumatizing to most, but instead in the order I read them. I guess warning for really gross things, I won't go into too much detail, but if you're super easily squicked, maybe not watch this video. So I went to Value Village. This is back in February, I think. And I was browsing the YA section, because that's where they tend to hide the good manga. And I see a book that's hot neon pink with a big avocado on the side. It's called Wetlands by Charlotte Roche. They've kind of got me. I'm intrigued. The only thing on the back cover, it's a review from Vanity Fair Germany, which says, Wetlands is first and foremost a romantic book, and it shows that our society is threatened not by the liberalization of sexual inhibitions, but rather by a prudishness that hides behind silicone breasts. So you can kind of forgive me for thinking it could be gay. So I bought it, without checking Goodreads. This is the first and only book I've ever encountered that legitimately made me feel nauseous. To be brief, it's about a girl in a hospital who's undergoing surgery for her hemorrhoids, but she likes to pick at the scars, pull apart her anus, shove avocado pits up her anus and her you-know-what until they rot. It goes into extreme detail about things like that, and herpes, pus, semen, other fluids. You know what, actually even just talking about it's a bit much, so please just never ever read this. Don't be deceived like I was. But I didn't learn my lesson, and I went back to Value Village a week or so later. Well, this book wasn't in the young adult section. It was in general fiction. But it was cartoony, with a nerdy-looking boy opening the door to 2 dudes holding hands. It's called Uncle Max. It's by Chris Henry. I thought I was safe. The tagline of the book proudly states, "Only one word can describe the summer Uncle Max came to visit. Fabulous." So I was a little turned off by the weirdly stereotypical wording, so I quickly Googled the author, and he wrote 3 other books about gay men, so I figured it'd be fine. The book, my friends, opens up normally enough. A boy with a shitty mom trying to come to terms with the fact that he is probably gay. We are given vague details about his mom's estranged brother, but when said uncle comes to his house, or rather, breaks into their house, it turns out his uncle is like the super criminal who robs antiques from people and climbs mountains. His boyfriend is given no personality and is essentially a fancy handbag. Dylan, our teenage protagonist, is kind of attracted to his uncle and is taken under Uncle Max's wing and turned into a criminal. No, it's not like Night Runner. It's more of a, you're my nephew, so you have to do this to me. Also, I'll have sex with you if you don't, and that'll change your mind. Oh yes, this book is full of incest, and if Dylan refuses to help Max on a job, all Max does is start riding his nephew's dick, so he will say yes. It's so fucked up. It was not a fabulous summer. And then I was about to give up, and then I remembered I had read W.O. Mitchell earlier in the year, and having mixed feelings about it, I thought I wanted to try other Canadian fiction. So I picked up Bear by Marian Engel. It was one of 5 books to ever win the Canadian Governor-General's Award for Fiction. It's 115 pages long, a nighttime read, about a woman who moves to a homestead in northern Ontario for work purposes and finds a bear on the property. And she lusts over the bear. Sexually. She fondles his balls. She has sex with a bear. A living bear. Not a burly gay man. A bear. And I really wish I had more to say about this, but I'm traumatized already, guys. This book is number 3 in a row. So I actually read a pretty decent book after that. But immediately after, my manager at work was like, "Hey, Miff, read this one." She warned me it probably wouldn't be my favorite. I wish she told me not because I've read better, but because it was so bad. It's a very popular movie called Call Me By Your Name. The book is by Andre Aciman. And to be honest, it lost some points in the beginning for being outstandingly pretentious and piney. But when you realize it's a teenager lusting over a college professor for 135 pages, and then the moment the older guy gives in and has sex with him, he flips out and immediately wants the older guy to disappear? Frustrating, but not traumatizing. No, traumatizing was on page 141, where he masturbates into a peach, and the older guy eats the peach with his semen in it. Traumatizing was page 163, where they watch each other poop. Frustrating was the last 10 pages, where it ages them up 20 years, and the older guy asks, "Do you have any regrets?" The younger guy says, "No. It was a perfect summer." I hate this book. I hate how it's won awards and was turned into an Oscar-winning movie that it doesn't deserve. It was by far the least traumatizing book out of the 4, but it's so terrible and frustrating, it deserves to be on the list anyway. So I feel like I should still kind of give it a bit of background. So it's about a boy who is absurdly rich. Like his dad is a professor and has knowledge beyond my even comprehension. He has access to all of this library and this small Italian town where they live. He has a secret garden that Monet painted in. This guy is absurd, and all he does is whine. And it kind of gave me Catcher in the Rye feelings, and I really hate that book, but that's just kind of the vibe I got from it. Anyway, I hate that. I hate the whining. I hate pretentiousness. It's, even without the 2 terrible, traumatizing scenes, it was a terrible book. Don't even waste your time. Fuck it. I'm gonna go reread Night Runner for the 5th time. Okay, bye guys. P.S. Go check out my social media links. Links are in the description. Bye.